Sheffield is typical of many other British cities. With the new developments that have taken place, it is a mix of old and new, and it would seem that at times planners didn't have any particular direction. But now, more new developments are being finished. We can, in Sheffield at least, see the way the city is being developed. We are told that there are many new exciting developments in the pipeline for the near future in Sheffield. With the city hosting the World Student Games in 1991 and the removal of all frontier barriers within the EEC countries in 1992, Sheffield could become quite a major international centre for trade and sport. This brilliant development opened in the latter part of 1987 and is a definite complement to the upper part of the city centre. Here is a 1935 view of Fargate looking down onto High Street. And here is a current view of the same area. This model of the finished development is on display on the reception area. Here are some photographs I was allowed to film whilst I was in the office area. These are floor plans of the 3 levels. The lower ground floor, the ground floor, and the first floor. The shopping area of Orchard Square contains mainly specialist shops and is a tourist attraction for anyone visiting Sheffield. The square also contains 2 public houses and a playgroup. The lift, which operates between the 3 floors of the food house, runs in an external lift shaft and is the only one of its kind in Sheffield. The ground floor is mainly food shops, each one with its own speciality, starting with the butchers, the cheese shop, the whole food shop, the health food shop and the fishmonger. the fruit store, the vegetable shop, the baker, the deli, and the florist. Each unit is very tastefully set out, but all have a common identity. The whole of the basement is set out as a fast food eating area, where food is purchased from individual fast food units. The eating area is very light and airy, and does not give the impression of being in a basement. You can buy pizza and pasta from Little Italy, sandwiches of all kinds from Hampton. From the patisserie you can buy the most delicious cakes, cream buns and pastries. From Magic Pan you can buy quiches and salads of all kinds. Seafair sells traditional fish and chips. From Jackets you can buy jacket potatoes with numerous fillings. From Chicken and Ribs you can buy fried chicken and barbecued ribs. From Tex-Mex you can buy American and Mexican fast food. It is advisable not to throw your leftovers in the pool, or you may lose your arm. I wondered if there was any significance on Midsummer's Day that the sun is reflecting on the 12 at exactly midday. This clock tower depicts the two famous figures in the manufacture of Sheffield cookery, namely the buffer girl who polished the cookery and the grinder who put the edge on it. The only thing that has already taken place at Morfoot is the building of the Manpower Services Commission headquarters. What is now known as the Morfoot was once, as can be seen in these two photographs, just a simple junction at the bottom of Ecclesfield Road, the Moor and London Road. This view, looking up the moor, is the precise area of the site of the Manpower Services building. It is obvious when you look at this building that it has been clad with red brick, a feature used extensively in Sheffield, and it appears that many of the new developments planned for this area are also to be of similar construction. Evidence of this can be seen already at the new fire station on Carver Street. Unfortunately, this is the only drawing I could get of the new Moorfoot redevelopment scheme. This view of the building is facing onto St Mary's Gate, directly in front of the MSc building. Of course, this is also to be finished in red brick. This scheme will include a 2-storey office block with ground floor shopping mall, accommodation for Sheffield City Polytechnic and short stay public car parking. It is planned to start in summer 1988. The expected completion date is at the end of 1990 with an estimated cost of £18 million. All the major building work in this area is just about completed. The only exception being is the NUM headquarters building at the junction of Division Street and Holly Street. Here is a view looking down Barker's Pool with the Regent Cinema on the right hand side, which is now the site of the new Odeon. Here is the new Odeon Cinema. These shops are housed in the cinema building. I asked people on the street for their opinions on this new building.
I don't really like the building. I don't think it fits in with the rest of Sheffield, the town centre that is. Only the thing that it offers is more shopping facilities, as we didn't have much to offer before, and I don't feel that there are enough facilities for the disabled.
Sure, so as far as I can see, the building appears to be based on the fourth bridge principle. Putting a buy-in there may stand up and last for a long while. But as for its relevance to the surrounding area, I guess the character will change by the year 2000. But for the centre of what is an ancient and respected city, maybe it's too new.
Well, I think it's exceedingly ugly. The colour is glaring with no purpose because it's distracting. And there's a mirror mixed up with the paintwork the whole time. And there isn't anything compatible in it at all. Then you have this period lighting which is outside. And it's quite nice. With a sharp contrast with the rest of the building.
I like it myself. It makes Sheffield stand up and see what it should be like. The design on it is what it should be. It makes Sheffield stand out. Why can't all buildings be like this?
My idea of this monstrosity would be better served with the side of the sandcastle at Blackpool.
What's on? I used to think it was lovely an hour ago, buildings that were up. I think they're too artificial now.
It's very modern looking. It's a bit too modern really. I don't mind the lyric names. It's a good idea to modernise it. It's lost in the tradition. I think that the blend is too long, given all the surroundings.
What notice about the old? A lot of people
It's a definite improvement on the old Deweolfe. The old Deweolfe was pretty drab, pretty sort of 1930s. Whereas we've got this new building here, it's pretty modern, and I think it reflects on the new image of the city council, the city in general, going towards the 80s and the next century. I think it's pretty good.
What do I think of the new Odeon building? I think it was a very interesting building. I think it wouldn't look out of place in Disneyland. I can't remember what was here before, but I bet it was in stone. It doesn't seem to be very sympathetic. I don't know what the insides are like. And for it to fit in with the surroundings, I think they'd have to knock the rest of Sheffield down and build it up again.
With the restoration of the Lyceum Theatre, Tudor Square will be one step closer to being a centre for the arts in Sheffield. Located in the very heart of the city, Tudor Square contains a unique concentration of buildings, housing, arts activities of all kinds. To one side there stands the acclaimed Ruskin Gallery, Museum of the Year Award winner in 1986, and the shortly to be opened Sheffield Craft Gallery. Next there are the Crucible Theatre and the Crucible Studio. The Lyceum links these buildings to Sheffield Central Library, which in addition houses the Library Theatre. At present, the centre of Tudor Square is given over to car parking and two-way traffic. Facing the car park is a redevelopment within the old Masons building. This is now a pub called the Surrey, with a gymnasium on top called the Fringe, hence the Surrey with the Fringe on top. This view from Surrey Street shows the old Town Hall building, and coming round to the new extension, a sharp contrast obvious from the old building. The Ruskin Gallery on Norfolk Street. This development is the biggest challenge of all. This is due to become the biggest out-of-town shopping and leisure mall within the UK. This is a view of the site from Tinsley Viaduct, which not so very long ago was producing some of the world's finest steel. But now the site has been flattened and cleared, and as can be seen, contractor's plant is already preparing the site for building to commence. This view from Barrow Road shows the extent of the site area of approximately 130 acres. The site is adjacent to junction 34 of the M1 motorway. The majority of the floor space will be contained within a single building, but part of the leisure uses will be in a separate building near to Sheffield Road. The leisure elements to include theme museum, leisure pool, multi-screen cinema, craft village and children's play areas. A riverside park will be created along the River Don and provision made for boating and fishing. Here is a list of the major development proposals in Sheffield.